Hey Rebel Rouser, I'm Alan Voivod, and this is Star Wars 7x7. So, May the 4th, Star Wars Day, has come and gone, as has Revenge of the 5th. I know there are some folks out there who will be talking about Revenge of the 6th today, because it sounds like Revenge of the Sith. 5th and Sith rhyme, I mean, much more so, I think, than 6th and Sith. I mean, actually, I'm not even going to try saying 6th and Sith 5 times fast. It's already tough enough to wrap your tongue around. But be that as it may, the day has come and gone, the main day, May the 4th, Star Wars Day, and I gotta say, I generally keep things positive here on Star Wars 7x7, and this is still going to be positive. It was a great day, had a lot of fun. I know there are fans around the world who had a ton of fun, but kind of a bust from a news perspective, all right? And especially when you're primed for something awesome like this from Andi Gutierrez on the Star Wars show on May 2nd, so 2 days before Star Wars Day, the episode came out, and this is what Andi had to say.
For more breaking news from around the galaxy, and trust us, with May the 4th coming up on Friday, there will be probably a ton of it. Check out StarWars.com.
Okay, yeah, but no big news announcement. I mean, yeah, Andi, you hedged your bets with the probably in there, so you're covered, like you're safe, but not gonna lie, I was hoping for something and you didn't give it to me, so that's okay. Such is life. There was a rumor kicking around, and it was passed on to me by Tim McMahon of Less Than 12 Parsecs, that there might be a celebration announcement. We don't know when it's happening in 2019. We just know that there's a big splash on Celebration's website saying, see you in 2019, but no announcement about that. No announcement about anything. The only thing that came out that would be news related, if you will, was the release of the 190 years old TV spot. And I gotta be honest with you about that. I almost wish that I had seen that one in the theater, and I'm not going to talk about that one on the podcast or on the video here, because there's a scene that happens in that I wish I had seen in the theater, and yet, it's probably almost better that I didn't, because I welled up seeing it. And, you've seen already part of this commercial where he says, 190 years old, you look great. But the scene continues on. And what happens in the scene is what I don't want to tell you. But when I saw it, basically, I was welling up. I mean, oh my gosh. That's why I'm not going to tell you, because it's not technically a spoiler at this point because it's an official release, but it might spoil something for you. All I am going to say is that as far as any question about Alden Ehrenreich and his performance as Han Solo, I mean, I haven't had any, considering the footage that we've seen so far, but with this particular scene that played out, any doubt that I had about Ehrenreich, even any little thing in the back of my head, washed away utterly. I mean, the way he performs in this scene is just perfect. Absolutely perfect. I mean, my heart just swells thinking about it. I cannot wait for you to see it, whether you decide to see it on the commercial that's playing on YouTube or on Twitter or whatever social media channel you want to check out, or whether you wait to see it in theaters. Whatever it is, I know you're going to love it. And aside from that, Star Wars Day pretty much amounted to a giant Black Friday sale where a number of different retailers of Star Wars merchandise marked down their prices, including us here at Star Wars 7x7, but we started the month with that, where the unofficial Star Wars The Force Awakens trivia book is $7.77 all through the month of May, normally $9.97. So hey, $7.77, right? Get it? So it's always appreciated. I mean, who doesn't want to save money on Star Wars merchandise? So yeah, go ahead. By all means, throw the discounts at us. That's perfectly fine. But that's pretty much it. Fan events, awesome. Got to watch some of The Last Jedi again myself. Awesome. But no big reveals, no big news announcements or anything like that. So, what are you going to do? It's exciting enough as it is that we're in the run-up to Solo. We only have 3 weeks left. 3 weeks until a new Star Wars movie. I mean, for pity's sake, can you imagine having been a kid and knowing that you didn't have to wait 3 years for another Star Wars movie? You only had to wait 5 months. 5 months! It's ridiculous. It's absolutely amazing. But what we did do that I didn't get to do for you on May the 4th or May the 5th, for that matter, is I did have another little bit of Mad Libs fun. And speaking of Tim McMahon of Less Than 12 Parsecs, who I mentioned earlier in the podcast, I asked him to run with a Mad Lib situation, and he kindly obliged. So we have Droid History from Star Wars Mad Libs, and here is Tim McMahon's situation here. It goes: a slimy time ago in a cloud far, far away, droids began screaming society with their knowledge of balls and mastery of spoons. What is a droid? That's a furry question. A droid is a mechanical ship that possesses gray intelligence, which it uses to run a variety of important functions. Some merely cook, offering up a sporkadiddly-doo in greeting and going about their day. There was a nonsense word, and sporkadiddly-doo is a pretty darn good nonsense word, so good on you, Tim. Others might serve a senator or use their skills to dance on a starship. That's probably one of the more unusual ones, especially when you consider that it's actually kind of accurate. Like, he threw up senator as an occupation, and that's exactly what some of them do. And dancing on a starship, well, Mr. Bones from the Aftermath novels has certainly done that. So congratulations, Tim, for your unwittingly accurate insertions for Mad Libs there. There are droids programmed for evil purposes, using their skills to sleep the Empire. But there are also crispy droids who use their programming to aid the rebel worm. Okay. Nevertheless, these automatons come in all shapes and sizes and remain a muddy part of galactic society. That they are. Thank you so much, Tim, for playing along. I really appreciate it. And thank you for listening and watching, for all your kind words about the podcast and doing the Mad Lib thing. That has been very fun too. And that's actually going to do it for today's broadcast. Over on the audio version of the podcast, that's at sw7x7.com/iTunes or wherever you like to listen to your podcasts. I'm going to do a final Star Wars Day trivia question for you. But for now, it just remains for me to say thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you wherever in the world you may be.